8 Stoic practices that will help you thrive in the madness of modernity. When Zeno of Cyprus was shipwrecked and stranded on Athens, he wasn't expecting any good to happen. After studying with the great philosophers of his time, he decided to impart his wisdom to anyone who would care to listen. Thus the philosophy of Stoicism was born. Zeno's teachings would quickly spread and would be adopted by both slaves and kings alike. As he would later joke, "I made a prosperous voyage when I suffered shipwreck." 1. Develop an internal locus of control. Much of what happens in life is not within our control. The Stoics recognized this undeniable truth, and focused instead on what they could do. Born a slave, it would seem that Epictetus had no reason to believe he could control anything. He was permanently crippled from a broken leg given to him by his master. Epictetus would live and die in poverty. 2. Guard your time. The Stoics understood that time is our greatest asset. Unlike any of our material possessions, once lost, time can never be regained. We must therefore strive to waste as little of it as possible. Those who squander this scarce resource on minutiae or entertainment will find that they have nothing to show for it in the end. The habit of procrastination and putting things off will come back to haunt us. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. 3. Don't outsource your happiness. Much of what we do stems from our primal need to be liked and accepted by others. Disapproval from our social group had serious repercussions in the past. It would have likely meant exile and eventually death in the wilderness. 4. Stay focused when confronted with distractions. Modern-day capitalism has given us an abundance of options. Whether it's food, travel, or entertainment, we have far more to work with than our predecessors did. Yet, this hasn't clearly benefited us. When presented with so many options, we become paralyzed by indecision. This is known as the paradox of choice. Our brains haven't been able to keep up with modern-day advances and are overwhelmed when presented with so much information. Because it's so difficult to make a choice, the default choice is to maintain the status quo. 5. Toss away ego and vanity. One of Epictetus' biggest frustrations as a teacher was how his students claimed to want to be taught, but secretly believed that they knew everything. It's a pain all teachers know and most of us would recognize. At the heart of it is ego and arrogance. The thought is that we've learnt enough and are better than our contemporaries. Nowhere is such thinking more dangerous than today. 6. Consolidate your thoughts in writing. Of the many things we can do daily, none are as important as looking inward. The act of self-reflection forces us to question ourselves and examine our own assumptions of the world. It's how the answers to some of the world's biggest questions have surfaced. Keeping a journal remains one of the most effective ways for mindfulness. It boosts creativity, increases gratitude, and serves as therapy all at once. The benefits are numerous. Your thoughts and feelings become clearer in writing than in your mind. 7. Stand your ground. In a profession that is often based on compromise, Cato was stubborn and steadfast in his beliefs. He was taught that there were no shades of gray. All virtues were one and the same virtue, all vices the same vice. It seems like an unreasonably high standard. It's undeniable that many feats have only been made possible through compromise. Yet it seems that the pendulum has swung too far today. We forego our principles in the name of tolerance or for profit. 8. Imagine the worst that could happen. Much has been said about the power of positive thinking in recent times. We are taught that optimism and affirmations are the key to leading a happier life. But that's not what the Stoics believed. They felt that this practice invited passivity into our daily lives. It encourages us to simply hope for things to get better instead of taking concrete action. Rather than deny the harsh realities of life, they decided to embrace it.